today's Cajun Court.
I told her I was only tattooing a month. She knew that. She still wanted the tattoo.
Do you understand that you actually have falsely advertised, and that is the only reason that I was to do business with you?
It's not false advertisement.
It absolutely is.
It's not false advertisement. The owner of the shop allows us to do that. That's how he builds his clientele. Other artists have done it in the past.
Literally.
So you're saying that, excuse me, ma'am,
Yes,
I can handle this.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So you're saying that the photos on your page is not actual photos of your actual work.
All rise. The Honorable Jacqueline A. Scott preside. Cajun Court is now in session.
Don't make me drop my hammer.
He's the drunk. He did pay.
Just a minute. If brains was dynamite, you could even blow your nose. When the is up to your ears, keep your mouth shut.
I ain't going back to jail. Because this is a railroad job. She probably slashed my tires with her teeth.
This isn't art, this is velvet pink.
An eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. Take it from me, you can overcome anything. Please change your life. Get him, Rod. Oh, we'll get along just fine when you realize I am the boss.
The plaintiff is suing the defendant for allegedly giving her a botched tattoo of her mother, who recently passed on. At the time of the tattoo, the defendant declares that he notified the plaintiff that he'd only been conducting business for a month. The plaintiff demands that she clearly gave instructions on how she wanted the tattoo. Stick around to find out what happens on today's Cajun Court TV.
Cajun Court is now in session. The Honorable Jacqueline A. Scott is presiding. All of the litigants have been sworn in. This is case number 1810, Tarnished Tattoo.
Okay, let's get started. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So glad you all are here at Cajun Court. I am going to listen to the facts of this case. I am going to try and make an intelligent decision. I want you all to respect each other so we can move quickly, expeditiously, and get this done, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And plaintiff, since you brought the claim, I am going to start with you.
Your Honor, I'm here today because the defendant has given me a botched tattoo.
It's okay, take your time.
He was commissioned to do a tattoo of my mother. I was getting a tattoo in her memory on my right shoulder. And my tattoo, instead of looking like my mother, it looks like George Washington.
Just take your time.
Thank you. So my tattoo looks like George Washington, and I trusted this man, with such an important part of my life.
And you said your mother was, so I
my
assume
mother passed away.
I'm so sorry to hear that. I know that mothers are at the deep of our souls, our beginnings, and I am so sorry to hear about that. And tell me what happened.
So I found him on Facebook.
I'm sorry, ma'am. This is about the 5th time today I've heard about something on social media, Facebook. But go ahead, proceed.
Facebook business is a big thing, we use it for so many things.
I know that, but you just have to be ever so careful, but go ahead.
Yes. So he posted photos of his work, or what I thought was his work, and it looked amazing. So I thought, who else to do my tattoo? It's so important. I want it to be a good work, and his work was amazing. I wanted to use him. So I reached out to him, we scheduled an appointment, and we had the tattoo.
So you proceeded to hire him.
Yes, ma'am.
To do the tattoo.
It's my right shoulder.
Right shoulder. You selected him off Facebook.
Yes.
Did you give him a picture?
Yes, I gave him a photo of my mother, exactly, the image that I wanted on my shoulder.
So based upon his images on Facebook, you decided, well, hey, he can do this portrait of my mother on my shoulder.
Absolutely. His work looked like he could definitely look at that photo and do the artwork.
So it wasn't, sounds like you didn't do any just actual background check. You just trusted that he could do the.
I felt like I did my due diligence by searching, you know, and looking through his photos. I never expected him to be using photos that were not his art.
It wasn't really something that he had actually done.
Correct.
And how much are you asking for?
$1,200.
Okay. Now we're going to take a brief recess and we'll be back in just a moment. Okay? Okay, we're back. Your request is $1,200.
Yes.
You also want a refund of
Yes.
what you paid. How much did you pay him?
$600.
$600. Okay, $600. Plus, you want a new tattoo.
Absolutely.
Now, are you expecting the defendant to do that?
No.
Okay. And you want him to pay for it?
I feel like that would be right.
Okay. Do you have any evidence of, I know you probably don't want to take your clothes off, your shirt off.
I've got photos of, I've got the photo that I gave him of my mother, what I wanted my tattoo to look like, and then I have what my tattoo looks like.
Okay. Let me see that, Rod. And before I look at this evidence here, if you don't mind, let me just ask the defendant here some questions.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, do you own the tattoo business?
No, ma'am, I'm just a worker.
So you were working at the tattoo?
Yes, ma'am.
And so you don't know the plaintiff, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. So you were hired to do the tattoo. How long have you been doing tattoos?
At that point, I had only been doing tattoos like a month.
A month?
Yes, ma'am.
What's the process? Are you an artist? How do you do them?
Most of the time we print out something and we copy it or we freestyle to a picture.
I was always afraid of getting tattoos. Seems like it would hurt. So is a needle used? Just explain the process.
Yes,
to me,
ma'am.
please.
If I'm freestyling, I'm just gonna hold the picture up and kind of, you know, go off my eye. Or,
Obviously, you're not good at that.
Please don't interrupt my courtroom. He was quiet while you were giving your side of the story. If you just give me a minute, I'll be back to you,
Yes,
okay?
ma'am.
Proceed.
It's either a freestyle or we kind of copy a picture and put it on your arm and go off that. It's mostly a freestyle. You got to be able to draw some.
So what did the plaintiff tell you she wanted?
She gave me a picture and asked me to freestyle.
Okay. Now, do you have any education to do tattoos? Are you licensed? Tell me something about your business.
No, I'm an artist. I draw, and the owner of the shop, he knew I can draw, and he asked me to start tattooing for
So
him.
how did you get into the tattoo business? I see a lot of people walking around with tattoos from their neck, on down, butt, legs.
I'm an artist first, and I just draw. My name ring from drawing, and the owner contacted me from some of my drawings, and he thought I should get into tattooing.
So how many tattoos have you done?
Now, I've done a quite bit now. At that point, I hadn't done a lot of tattoos, and I shared with her that I only had been doing it for a month.
You
She knew
didn't
that
tell
before
me
she
that.
signed the service agreement.
She was aware that you had only been doing tattoos for a month.
Yes, ma'am.
So what happened with this tattoo?
I just started, and honestly, Your Honor, I want to apologize to her because it was the beginning of my work, and I'm really not that good at freestyling pictures on a tattoo.
You've used the word freestyle several times. Did you tell her that you were freestyling? Was she aware, plaintiff? Were you aware there was just going to be a freestyle with your mother's picture?
I asked him to freestyle the background, but I need her face to be as...
You wanted clear that
Correct.
it was your mother.
No,
Absolutely.
She said to freestyle. You asked me to freestyle.
No, I absolutely did not ask you to just freestyle. I was clear in my instruction to you.
$600? That seems mighty high for a tattoo, but like I say, I'm not in that industry. What's your commission
I
on it?
received the full payment, and I pay a boot fee.
I tell you what, we're going to take a brief recess. I'm going to look at these photos, and we'll be back. Okay, we're back in session. Plaintiff presented some photos of her mother as well as what's on her arm. I would be appalled.
Right.
This look somewhat amateurish. Rod, will you pass this to the
Yes, ma'am.
defendant and let him look at that? Sir, is that what you did? That you're drawing?
Yeah, that's it.
And do you think that's $600 worth of work? It looks nothing like her mother.
Well, Your Honor, I explained it to her at this time, and she still signed the service agreement, which is right here. So she's liable to pay for this.
Exactly?
I'm not paying for it.
What did you explain?
You talking about $1,200? You only paid $600. Why you gonna say $1,200?
Well, first of all, obviously $600 doesn't get you a good tattoo because this is terrible.
Why did you sign the paper?
Sir, because I believed.
Excuse me, ma'am, we don't use that kind of language in this courtroom.
Sorry, Your Honor.
I understand it's your mother, and I understand it's something sacred to you, but you must have respect.
Yes, ma'am.
Do not disturb this courtroom again by using that sort of language.
Yes,
okay?
ma'am.
Proceed, sir. And don't look at her like that.
Yeah, I kind of feel like you siding with her already, but I'm just gonna say she
No,
signed the
I'm
paper.
not. I'm asking you to present your evidence.
I mean, the evidence is the service agreement. She signed that agreeing for me to do her tattoo and to pay the $600 for the tattoo. That holds her liable to pay for the tattoo. I told her I was only tattooing a month. She knew that. She still wanted the tattoo.
Do you understand that you actually have falsely advertised, and that is the only reason that I was to do business with you?
It's not false
It
advertisement.
absolutely is.
It's
And
not
would
false
like to hear-
advertisement. The owner of the shop allows us to do that. That's how he builds his clientele. Other artists have done it in the past.
So
Literally.
you're saying that, excuse me, ma'am,
ma'am.
I can handle this.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So you're saying that the photos on your page is not actually the photos of your actual work.
If you look at all the pictures they have labeled on the bottom right corner, inked up tattoo shop on every picture. All you got to do is look at the picture.
So you're saying that there's a fine print disclaimer on the pictures?
I mean, it lists that the artist work on the picture comes from inked up tattoo. She's seen this. It's there. It's kind of advertising. That's how we advertise and that's how we build
But
clientele.
it's not actually your work.
No, ma'am.
Which makes it false.
So you charge your fee based upon those images?
On the time it's gonna take to do it.
Is that the going rate for a tattoo?
I mean,
face
it
of a-
depends on the artist. Like, they got some artists who better than me who would have charged her $1,200 for a tattoo like that.
I did a little research and I saw Bang Bang charge quite a bit, but his work is magnificent. It's
He's been
really
doing
nice.
it for a long time. I'm gonna get better.
But clear, you can see it, you know what you're looking at. Again, did you say you have a license to do this?
No, ma'am.
Ma'am, did you check his background? Did you check to see anything about him?
Honestly, no. I just believed the photo.
So you trusted his word
I
based
did.
upon those images?
Yes,
Is that
ma'am.
correct? Did you ask for your money back?
I have asked for my money back.
And so what happened?
He doesn't want to give me my money back because he feels like because he did the work, even though I'm not happy with the work. I mean, isn't the customer always right?
Well, that is a good understanding. However, did you take the time to just really research him? It sounds like you did not.
I felt like I had done my due diligence, but maybe I guess in hindsight
That's
I didn't.
one of the things that in this courtroom, time and time again, people do not do their homework as it relates to consumer relations. I tell you what, I'm going to take another break. I'll be right back. Oh, we're back. Sir, did you know that you could not execute the photo of this plaintiff's mom? Did you know you couldn't do it?
I mean,
You just made her $600
she told me to freestyle.
and you know you couldn't execute it. And you took her funds and knowing that you could not do it. You say you had just been doing tattoos within a month. This is something new to you, sounds like.
Yeah.
I looked at the pictures. I took a good look at the pictures. It's really horrible. It is, I would say, downright pathetic that you would even put your hand out, something that you really could not do.
You knew good and well you couldn't do that. And you took my money anyway and messed up my arm. I can't even wear sleeveless shirts anymore.
Okay, ma'am, just hold on. Let me get all the pieces and let me understand this so I can make an intelligent decision. You knew in the very beginning you could not create that image. Yes or no, sir? Yes or no? You couldn't do the image. You took a $600 and you're here today and you got a problem. Why did you take the money and you couldn't do the image?
Okay, Yana, I'm gonna say, can I tell her I'm sorry? I want to tell her I'm sorry. I know this was.
No, not right now. She asked for her money back. You didn't give it to her. You before this court. I don't need you to talk to her. You just talk to me.
Well,
I'm about to hand down this judgment. You can tell me why you took the money. And they say
I thought I could do it because I draw, but the tattooing, you know, it was new to me
it's
at
a
that
little
point.
bit different, isn't it?
It was a little bit different.
That's a lot of money, $600, hard-earned money, and you want to take it, and you didn't know what you were doing. I know you're upset, but in this courtroom, I always tell people time and time again to do their homework.
Yes.
Do your homework. So what do you expect them to do? You asked for it to be redone, so what do you want me to do? You didn't do your homework, what do you expect me to do?
I want my request honored. I want the $1,200 and my refund. $1,200 plus my refund might get me a good tattoo.
With all due respect, that tattoo is a mess, sir. And you say you're sorry, you've admitted that you're sorry. What I am going to do, I don't know if do you take lessons? You look like you need to go back to school.
Yes.
And when you put yourself in business, you take folks' money, you need to be equipped and prepared to do a good job. And your job is substandard. So with that, I'm going to suggest you get some more lessons. I'm not going to suggest, I'm going to order you to give her money back. Also, not that I'm taking favors on her side, although it is her mother and you got a mother.
Yes, ma'am.
Would you want anybody to draw your mama like that? Your mama is your mama, right? I'm going to order that you pay her the $1,200. I'm going to order that you pay someone to do a portrait. Now that guy that did those images, you think that he can help?
Yes,
I'm going to order you to pay for it. You understand me?
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm going to order you to take continuing education. Before you take anyone else's money, you learn how to do a clear tattoo. Judgment for the plaintiff.
Honestly, the hurt that you've caused will be very difficult for me to get over.
It was a horrible picture.
The plaintiff was hoping for a tattoo masterpiece of her mother, but the defendant left her with a permanent nightmare. Plaintiff, Justice Jackie ruled in your favor today, but do you think that'll make up for the disaster on your arm?
It will not, but it'll help. I'll get a new tattoo. So, thanks for the tattoo.
Defendant, how do you feel about today's ruling?
I mean, I really feel like she should pay for it, and there was a bunk ruling. Yana just decided with her because she's a female.
That's not true.
Yeah, it's true.
Your tattoo was
She felt
whack.
sorry because your mama passed. That's
Oh,
it is what it is.
Please don't speak of the dead. We are not going to go there.
All right, well, that's a wrap, so stay tuned for more episodes with Justice Jackie.